Why do we age? Is there an alternative? Do we have to avoid aging? In this video, we are going to discuss biological theory of aging. There are a number of theories in terms of random event and program aging. Aging is a process that goes on over the entire adult lifespan of any living. Let's focus on the random event. For the first one, it was a wear and tear theory. Based on this theory, it suggests that aging results from a gradual deterioration of the cell and tissue due to repetitive use and increased stress on the body.
The increase of stress on the body is a result from the toxin or sedative stress exposure to radiation.
Let's look into rate of living theory. This idea claims that individuals and other living organisms have a limited amount of measurements such as breath or heartbeats and will die once they are used up. Metabolism slows with age due to loss of muscle tissue and also hormonal and neurological changes. However, there was no data that shows the slowing of metabolism extends human lifespan. In fact, a slower metabolism would put someone at risk for diseases like obesity. Here are some ways to prevent a slowing metabolism. Do resistance training and eat enough protein and calories to preserve the muscles. Get plenty of rest and sleep, and a cup of green tea can help increase your resting metabolism as it contains caffeine and plant compounds.
Waste product accumulation theory. In this theory, the molecule damaged by oxidation byproducts and also the damage of mitochondria are accumulated in non-dividing cells, causing dysfunction, toxicity, cell death as well as aging. Mechanism of waste accumulation that affect cells are present of waste product changes the structural organization of the cells that causing the cellular functions and metabolic functions impaired. Next is accumulation of waste material within the cell worsen the damage secondary to their toxicity. And lastly, non-dividing cells are more susceptible than dividing cells to this type of damage because of their inability to undergo mitosis.
Cross-linking theory. In this theory, the cross-linker link the protein with each other forming a cross-linking. If there are a lot of cross-linking happens, it can lead to more accumulation of cross-linking that cause cell and tissue damage as well as aging. This theory also can cause people with stiffening blood vessel, reduce joint mobility, delay wound healing, cataract and also the wrinkles. Some research state that if concentration of sugar in blood is high, more cross-linking occurs. Then, to maintain the low amount of sugar in the body, avoid the food that contain sugars, sodas and juice.
Free radical theory. In this theory, atom, ion, or molecule contain an unpaired or odd number of electrons which can damage our cell and lead to illness and aging. The most common free radical in biological system is oxygen. Free radicals are like robbers which are deficient in electron and it will attack and snatch an electron from other cells to satisfy themselves. This in turn destabilize the other molecules, turning them into free radical itself and create a chain reaction. A chain reaction will cause a cellular damage which in turn cause a aging. We can prevent or lessen the effect of the free radical by consume high antioxidant in our diet such as vitamin C and antioxidant foods such as strawberry and blueberry. We have to avoid eating high glutamic food such as sugar and carbohydrate, limit processed meat such as sausage, limit eat meat and don't use cooking oil.
Autoimmune theory. In this theory, the decrease in immune function may enhance the autoimmune response, causing the produce of antibodies that attack itself. As the immune system ages, immune system tends to lose efficiency and experience widespread dysfunction. There are some coping strategies that we can apply in our daily activities such as eat healthy diet, exercise regularly, have good sleep pattern.
Let's move on to error catastrophe theory. This theory says that aging is caused by the build-up of errors in cell molecules that are important for cell function and reproduction. It involves transcription errors that may occur in any stage of DNA, RNA protein synthesis. Because transcription errors occur, the final product does not resemble the parent cell, thus reducing its functionality. But wait! The latest studies indicate that this theory was discarded because there was not enough evidence to back up the idea that aging automatically accelerates the alteration of protein.
Now is the order to disorder theory, also known as the law of entropy. It is a natural tendency of systems to become more disordered over the time. Entropy is a measure of disorder or randomness in a system such as the human body. So, what are the ways to combat the aging caused by the entropy? Do aerobic exercises because the body will have a tendency to deteriorate if they aren't used. Next, stimulate our brain with problem solving, learning, or creative activities. Lastly, relax our mind and avoid stress to get rid of the entropy created during a normal day.
Next, we will discuss about the program aging. The first one was genetic lifespan theory. Theory of aging said that lifespan of cells was genetically determined. Cells genetically programmed to live for a period of time before death. This theory also suggests people who live long have higher chance of living long life. Genetic predisposition theory. This theory suggests that an increased risk of developing a specific disease due to a person's genetic makeup and associated with specific genetic variation, which are frequently inherited from a parent. For example, if someone has a family history of diabetes, he or she may develop that disease too. But if someone eat well and exercise regularly, the probability of someone to get that disease are low. The external trigger that contribute to one family member develop a disease while the other does not is such as a diet, environment, smoking, hormone changes, or severe illness.
Next, telomere theory. This is a chromosome, and telomeres can be found at the end of a chromosome. When a cell divides, the DNA unwinds and the information it contains is replicated. However, telomeres are unable to be copied completely, therefore causing it to be cut off little by little with time. Cells divide around 50 times until the telomeres are totally gone, making the DNA unable to be copied. So this is what causes the cell to age and stop replicating, thus causing tissue damage. But fret not, here's some tips to prevent the telomeres from being worn down. Avoid air pollution, manage your stress, do meditation, and lastly, take some vitamins and nutrients such as omega-3 fish oil, vitamin C, and vitamin E.
Next, the Neuroendocrine Theory. This theory is when the body's homeostasis process becomes less efficient as we age. Over time, our hypothalamic pituitary axis function will decline due to aging. This will decrease the function of the endocrine system, causing poor hormones regulation. As a result, it will lead to the conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, menopause, and autoimmune disorders such as arthritis. So, how to keep our hypothalamus and pituitary healthy? First, eat a balanced diet. Minimize sugar and fat intake to avoid inflammation. Secondly, get enough sleep. And also, exercise regularly to reduce stress, insomnia, and also depression. And that's all from us. Thank you for watching and have a nice day everyone.